Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Mercedes and this is the Frugal Life with Mercedes. Really sorry about the awkward braces rubber bands. I just had an orthodontist appointment and my orthodontist informed me that for the next month or so I have to wear this rubber band, but hopefully my braces will be off soon. So anyway, just so everyone knows, I'm perfectly fine. It's just a bit awkward. Anyway, so I wanted to do a quick impromptu video about side hustles. I've done them I've done a video on side hustles before, maybe like 6 months ago, and I discussed that in the past I've babysat, house sat, different things. I used to clean houses as a side hustle, in addition to being a home health care provider. Another thing that I do that is not a super lucrative side hustle, but something that maybe you guys haven't considered or don't think might be worth your time, is selling clothes. So a few years ago, I used to sell on a site called Vinted, and it's just like an app and you sell, and I actually did really well on that, but the rules of the app and changed and all that, and they really were going more towards high-end stuff, which I was selling more vintage stuff. So and the shipping was getting crazy, and then people wanted you to like weigh, like, you know, they wanted to pay $2 for a vintage 1950s ball gown, you know, because shipping was so much. So it just kind of became too tedious for me. And in the past, I've also sold at flea markets and different things like that. But what I do nowadays is we have a Plato's Closet nearby, and it actually is in the same town that my job is in. So when I happen to be in the area, then I will go to Plato's Closet. Now, I've heard a lot of things about Plato's, like they rip you off, blah blah blah, but for me, my clothes, 95% of my clothes are from thrift stores. The other 5% are from The other 4% or so are from clearance, and maybe 1% of my clothes are brand new, like with tags from a regular store. I also have a lot of people that give me clothes because they don't really want to sell it. They think it's too tedious or not worth their time, but they know that I would be happy to do it and that I do think it's worth my time. So do you get the best prices from Plato's? No. However, some money is better than no money. So this is what my process is. So when I have clothes that, like, I lost weight, so I got rid of a bunch of my clothes because they were just way too big on me after losing 30 pounds. So let's say I've got those clothes, my sister gave me some clothes, my mom gave me some clothes, my friend did, what have you. So what I do first is I go to Plato's Closet and I see what they'll take, and I get cash, because you get cash that day from Plato's Closet. Then what I do is there is a consignment store that is really close to Plato's Closet in this particular town, and they've actually been open for like 30 years. I just found out about them like last year. And they have a little bit of different rules. Like Plato's Closet, you can fold the stuff and put it in a bag, but this place wants everything on hangers, which isn't a big deal. But I've literally gone from Plato's Closet, had hangers in my car, hung up the stuff that Plato's Closet didn't want, and took it to the consignment store, and they took everything else. So that's the process that I do. I sort through stuff, make sure everything's clean, you know, looks good, take it to Plato's. Whatever they don't want, I take to the consignment store, and then whatever the consignment store doesn't want, and then I take to the thrift store. So that's my like line of defense. And the thrift store that I donate it to is right down the road too. So it's basically boom, boom, boom. And you can have it done in a very short amount of time while you're running your other errands. The only thing about the consignment store, about this one in particular, and I'm sure it's like this with other consignment stores too, you don't get paid up front. So this consignment store, you actually have to pay $5 to become a member. And it's kind of, she described it, it's just like a credit union. You pay $5, you're a member forever. You actually get a card that has your consignor number on it. Like that number just goes with you. And so when you call, you can call and ask what your balance is, and all you have to do is tell them your number, and they can tell you how much is in your account. So, and like I said, this consignment store has been around for 30 years, so it's not like one of those like here one day, gone the next. So I was fine with giving them the $5. And they also take household items and different things like that. So I have sold them like knickknacks and books and DVDs and different things like that. So that's really nice. So I can have a pile of clothes and a pile of other stuff, and they seem to really like the stuff that I bring. So what they do is they sort through it. They say, we're going to take this stuff, and then you have, if it doesn't sell within 90 days, it becomes their property, or you can go and get it. But if you want to get it before those 90 days, then you have to pay a fee for terminating your contract of that item, which isn't a big deal, because once I've taken it there, I'm like, you know, I'm done with it. I don't want it. And then they get a percentage and you get a percentage, and then you can cash out at any time. I actually have like $50 over there, like at the bank of the consignment store, and I can go at any time and go get it. But then what you can also do is, if you shop there, then instead of paying money, they'll ask, like, do you want me to just take that off your account? And I've only ever bought one thing from there. I bought a bathing suit, and it was at the end of the season. I only paid like $3 for it, and I just used the money in my account. But I haven't been there in a couple of months, just because the stuff that I have to sell is summer stuff, and they're still taking winter stuff right now because it's still January. But come February, they'll start taking summer stuff, so I've got a bunch of stuff to take over there. The other thing is too, like from the 1st to the 10th, they close this particular consignment. They're not closed, but they don't take items for consignment just because it's catch-up. They call it a catch-up time, and they are pricing stuff and sorting stuff, which isn't a really big deal. So I'm not going to say the name of this consignment store because, like I said, it's a family-owned one in the town that I work in. So just for privacy reasons, and also it's not really going to help you guys unless you live in the Northern Virginia area. Anyway, so consider going to a consignment store or a Plato's Closet of some sort. I think it's worth my time. Now, granted, I would not drive an hour out of my way or anything, but I think it's totally worth it, especially if you're going to be running errands in that vicinity. And it's not a lot of money, but it's some pocket money, and it's stuff that maybe you're not using right now. Or again, when people find out that I don't mind sorting through clothes, I have people give me, trash bags full of clothes, and I sort through it, and, and that way they don't have to deal with it, and I make a little bit of extra money. So just something to consider. It's, again, not like completely revolutionary or anything like that, but it's definitely a good idea. So if you guys did not know, I have an Instagram, The Frugal Life with Mercedes on Instagram, and I post all my dumpster dives and grocery haul. I post pictures of there on the Instagram before I usually get them onto YouTube. And also, if you guys, if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And for everyone that watches and everyone that subscribes, I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you so much. And until next time, bye.